Hello, welcome to Local Rock Talk. And we have a guest named John Sullivan.
That's me,
You know it.
for a few years now.
We're going to be talking about music and plus other things since a lot of bands booking today. So what band you used to be in?
The first band I was in was in, it was actually out of Methuen, Lawrence area, and this was back in circa 1993, called the Candy Coated Crackheads. And, and our ideology behind the name of the band was that not anybody, not anybody was exempt from being a quote-unquote crackhead or a weirdo or a lame. It could be a doctor, it could be a police officer, it could be anybody. Hence, they were candy coated. So we called ourselves that, and we were kind of like a metal / rock band, and it had me, who was singing, and another guy named Paul, and another guy named Robbie. Paul played guitar and Robbie played bass, and there was another kid named Jesse who played drums, but we don't talk about Jesse that much anymore because Jesse's a weirdo, so we don't like talking about Jesse. But anyway, so that was the first band I was in. After about 2 years of being in that band, we played at the Andover Town Hall. We played at the American Legion in Lawrence quite a few times with Project Unconfined and a few other local bands out of Lawrence and Methuen area. And we played with Jason Lynch's band back in those days, which was Teenage Time Bomb and also Tumult. And another band called Girly Hag. We played some shows with them as well, which was an all-girls band.
All-girl bands is awesome.
Oh, they were great. They were great. They had some really good songs. But yeah, so we played with them, and after a couple of years, we kind of called it quits. We went our separate ways, and Paul and I ended up going out to California and hanging out there for a while, and Paul got into some bands out there, and I was in the music scene, but I wasn't actually a musician. I just hung out with a lot of musicians. And then later, probably about 1999, 2000, I was in a death metal band out of Michigan, Wayne County, Detroit, called Decadency. And
Wow.
yeah, that was a really good experience.
Never heard that music.
No, well, yeah, no, they were. We were kind of our inspirations were Cannibal Corpse and Deicide and Non Compos Mentis and a lot of really cool black metal bands from back in the day, I guess. And we played shows over at Blondie's and also St. Andrew's Hall, basically down in the basement. And yeah, we had some good times. And yeah, so that went on for a while, and then I ended up going back out to California from Michigan, and was still in the music scene, but I wasn't playing or performing. And then when I came back to Massachusetts around 2010, 2011, I linked up with my old guitarist, Paul, in his band Gage.
Rock on.
Rock on, Gage. And Gage is still going right now. Yep. And basically, the entire Gage project is Paul. He's to me and to a lot of people that know him, he's like Trent Reznor or even Rob Zombie, in the point that every part of his music he is either a part of, created, and also can do. You know,
Yeah.
his entire albums, he 100% writes, records his albums, and he'll get people from time to time when he's playing live to fill in. He obviously can't play the drums and guitar and bass and keyboard and sing all at the same time. So he has
Oh,
to,
no.
yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
Nope.
But so he has to get people to, fill in and play his music for him while he sings and performs and is the front man, which is like what Trent Reznor does. So every bit of his albums, he 100% writes, produces, and plays. He gets people from time to time to do guest intros, guest appearances, basically, to sing, certain parts, or to play certain parts. Myself, I sang on one of his songs in his first album.
I have that.
You do, just straight up Gage.
Yeah.
Okay, Gage, straight up Gage, which is also you can find it in Bull Moose and Newbury Comics. He also has a couple of other albums under Gage, and you can find those at Newbury Comics and Bull Moose as well, and online. It's a whole lot cheaper and a whole lot easier to go online because sometimes, you go to a store and they don't have his product because they sold out and they forget to, reorder, and that's just what they do, and it happens, especially when it comes to local artists. So, but I was with Gage, and I did quite a few of his music videos with him, and when he played live, I played a few shows with him, and it was great. It was awesome to hang around an old childhood friend of mine, who we started our first band together. I sat with him when he picked up his first guitar and played his first song, which was that woohoo song, the woohoo. I don't know the words,
Yeah.
but that was the first song that he learned how to play on guitar, and I remember thinking when he picked it up in, like, I don't know, a matter of hours, I was thinking, this kid's amazing, and then it turns out that as he grew up, he became an amazing guitarist and drummer and keyboardist, and he's just an all-around great percussionist. And I really respect him, and I was happy to be part of his project while I was part of it. And it was even to the point where the drummer from the Misfits, David Calabrese, was part of the project, and we got to do a video together, which was awesome. And it was right here in Haverhill, right at Anchors Up. And most people don't even know the guy, the drummer from the Misfits. Like, they hear him and they see him in videos, but when they saw him in real life, they didn't even look at him twice. He just looks like a regular guy, but here he is, legendary, world-famous drummer, right in people's presence, and nobody stopped to get an autograph or anything. It was just beyond me. But yeah, we were all right here, and we shot a video over at Anchors Up here in Haverhill, and that was really cool. And so yeah, I've been in a couple of bands, and
That's good.
yeah, I had a great time doing it, regardless of where in my life I was.
You know it.
I know.
Always support.
That's it.
Yep. So we met at Chit Chat, right?
The Chit Chat Lounge, yeah, right here in Haverhill.
Yep.
Yeah, I was a bouncer over there in 2013, and I bounced there till about the end of 2014, and then I started working for the owner of the Chit Chat with his road building company, his construction company, basically, and that just wore me out so much. By the end of the day, I didn't feel like bouncing anymore. But yeah, you and I met over there, and I'm wicked happy that it
Yep.
happened. You know, you're a really good guy, Paul. And
And you too, John?
yeah. And so's Eleanor right here, although
Yep.
she's not a guy. But yeah, no, Paul, we've had a really good time together the last few years that we've known each other, and I'm happy to be sitting here right now, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for sitting where you are and doing what
Yep.
you're doing. This is really cool. This is really cool.
Yeah. We went to a mall a couple years ago, too.
We did. We did go to the mall. We got to go to another mall.
Yep.
I'm going to take you out to Boston in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, yeah, we've had a good time knowing each other. We've spent some Christmases together, and we've definitely had a lot of good memories.
Yes,
you
we
know?
do.
Yeah, some of them are on Facebook, some of them are just right here, and
Yep.
that's enough.
Good enough for me.
Good enough for me.
Yep. All right, let's go talk about some bands.
Yeah.
All right. So Analog Heart, how's that?
Analog Heart. I like Analog Heart a lot. Liz Bills is great. The band is great. I think that a lot of local bands that have come around in the last few years have really been picking up the pace, so to speak. You know, like there hasn't been a really big movement in rock or punk or metal that I've seen. You know, you can only double bass so fast, and you can only play a guitar so fast, and you know, so metal kind of it reaches a wall, and then where do you go from there? You know, there's
Yeah.
nowhere really to go from there. You know, like even Metallica. You know, once they cut their hair, it was over. You know,
Yeah.
which is a crazy story why they cut their hair, but anyway. Yeah, it's like metal and punk has just kind of hit a standstill. You know, we've got you know, Good Charlotte and Avenged Sevenfold and these weird, like, you know, bubblegum punk and bubblegum rock bands that I just, you know, nobody likes them. You know, I mean, the bands like Sepultura and the Misfits and Deicide are just like they're relics now. You know, you talk to a 20-year-old punk or a 20-year-old you know, metalhead, and they have no idea who these bands even are. You know, they know who Ozzy is, you know, or they know who you know, Jethro Tull is, and both Ozzy and Jethro are great bands, but you know, they don't know who Cannibal Corpse is. You know, and that's what kills me. It's like I was so big, we were so big into the movement back in the day, you know, pushing along, you know, the agenda of metal and rock and roll and punk, especially punk for me, that you know, it's like as you get to a certain age, you stop working for that movement, expecting other people to pick it up, and one day you turn around and you realize that nobody picked it up, and it's almost like when Marilyn Manson said rock is dead. You know, rock is truly dying. Real rock, you know, like G.G. Allen type of rock, you know, where, you know, it's murderous and it's rageful and you know, the singer is his body is bullets and he's there to kill the audience, you know, audibly, you know, metaphorically, but he's there to leave an imprint and an impression on the audience, and that's just not the way it is nowadays, and it's really sad. It's really sad to me. When I was out in L.A. for quite some time, I was a punk rocker. I was a homeless punk rocker. You know, I was part of a crew, quote unquote, called the HDP, the Hollywood Drunk Punks, and all we did was go to punk rock shows at the Whiskey and the Roxy, and it was great because you know, when you were there, you felt like you were part of some type of camaraderie and a movement, so to speak. And you know, I go to a punk rock show around here, you know, not lately, but you know, within the last few years, and I don't see that. I just see a bunch of kids who are you know, who are there to just listen to the band and bob their head and maybe maybe push somebody and act like they're moshing
Yeah,
when they
no.
don't even know what a mosh pit really is. You know, a mosh pit's something from, 1998, 1996 Pantera where I blew my knee out. You know, that's a mosh pit to me. Nowadays, if it's like they have safe spaces in the mosh pit. And people put their hand down, and I'm straight edge. I don't want to be part of. I don't want to be part of that. Don't touch me. Don't push me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And it's just it's too cozy. It's not hardcore enough anymore. And that's what really defined, metal and punk as being hardcore. And then you got so hardcore, you had the genre of hardcore, where, everybody just beat the heck out of everybody. And but it was great. At the end of the day, you went home and, you licked your wounds and you went to school or you went to work or however old you were and what you were doing at that time. And, you went back and did it the next weekend. And, it was a good time. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, it is cool.
That's right.
Baby.
Wow.
Yeah. How do you like the zebra? Huh?
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good, right? I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So anyway.
You're the best, John.
Well, Paul, I try.
Yeah, you try.
I try.
You try 100% good.
101. 101. I'm sorry that I look like a schlub, but I came here straight from work. I knew that you didn't have anybody to come on the show this week. I mean, things got, overbooked, and so here I am.
Yep.
But,
And thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Good thing I talked to you on the phone.
We do talk. We talk quite a bit.
Yep.
Thank God for Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't be in touch with all my, some of my friends from LA and here, all over America that I was friends with, and it was great meeting a lot of people and having the memories of knowing those people and what we did together. What's even greater though is clicking on to to a social media nowadays and being able to link up with them and to reconnect. Okay, I'm done. To reconnect. So I'm happy that you and I have stayed in contact, even though I've been out of Haverhill for a little while now.
Yeah.
So.
But I will go to Boston sometimes.
Yes. You and I definitely got to make it there in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That should be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Because I can take a train right from Haverhill, and then you can just meet me at the...
Well, I'm living on Nashua now, so there's no reason why I can't just, on my way there, just come pick you up and we'll go together.
Oh, let's say like during the weekend or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Whatever you want to do. Whatever. I prefer the weekend.
Yeah, that's better.
I work through the week.
It's kind of hard to do it during the week.
What was that?
It's kind of hard to do it during the week.
It is. It is right now. Right now it is, But, we'll see where it takes us. But, yeah, definitely over the next 2 weeks on a weekend, we'll go. We'll have a good time. We'll get the crew together.
Yep. You know it.
I do.
Yep.
So what do you think about our new president?
I know he's our president, but as long as he doesn't mess things up.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping the guy doesn't mess anything up.
Especially with people who need good programs, Section 8, food stamps,
Yeah,
Social Security income, all that stuff.
that's it.
He better not cut people up who really needs it.
Unfortunately, I don't know what's in his mind.
Yeah. No.
All I know is what he says, and he has backpedaled on a few things which I don't like. But as far as I know, he's not going to mess with guys like you.
Well, that's good, because
Yeah.
I'd be upset.
He's not going to mess with guys like me, and he's not going to mess with straight up Americans.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I could be wrong. It hasn't even been 2 weeks. You know, he could turn around and screw us all. You know, we'll see what happens. But I'm hoping for the best. You know, he's the commander-in-chief, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm an American, and I love my country, you know, just
Yep.
like you. You know, we love the country. We love the Patriots.
Yep.
We are patriots.
Yep.
You know, and so the best thing we can do is just hope for the best, you know, brace ourselves for the worst, but hope
yeah.
for the best and see what happens.
And just give President Trump a chance.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance. If Hillary won, I'd give her a chance.
Yeah.
You know, you have to. That's the president.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I'm hoping, honestly, I am hoping to see a female president before I die. You know,
Yeah.
I heard it might have been, you know, Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
She could become the next female president. You know, down the line, obviously, and that'd be great too. You know, but you know, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see
Okay. So you making any albums?
As of right now, I'm not making any albums. I'm kind of doing the work thing, but the album that I have been in, again, is the Gauge self-titled album, Gauge. It's out on ST Records, which is the production company that Gauge is off of. Which also has bands like Terminology and Static Selecta and DJ Deadeye. And again, you can find that at any type of, you know, Bull Moose or Newbury Comics, or even like mom and pop record stores like DNA Records over there in Methuen. But yeah, so I mean, that's the one album that I have been in and featured. Again, a couple of the music videos that I've been in with Gauge is I Finally Cried, God is Green, and geez, there's been a couple of them. God is Green and Is America Ready? I was also in a video with Terminology and Superstar Snuck, Up Against the Wall, and that's again on ST Records. Production-wise, I haven't really done any producing or anything like that. I mean, I did contribute, I guess, a little bit of money towards one of the albums, but you know, I wouldn't really call myself a producer or anything. It was just you know, kind of, I wanted to see the album get out there, so I helped out, which basically I guess is what, you know, producing is, but I didn't get labeled as a producer. So again, Paul has done, you know, mostly everything on his own. You know, thousands of dollars have been put into the project of Gauge. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're doing something.
Yeah, at least I'm doing something, you know. I'm not just sitting around,
Yeah.
you know, playing with my zebra. I am pretty happy about the shows you've put on. You know, these presentations that you have, man. These are really, really cool.
Yeah.
These are really cool. I saw that you had the Sharks on here,
Yep.
which had Jason Lynch,
Yep.
and Jason's a really good friend of mine. I grew
And
up.
he's mine now since the Robot Queen.
Yeah, yeah. How did you get him to come on?
Well, because he saw the dates on my Facebook page,
Nice.
and then that's it.
Yep. Power of social media, man. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
But you're a saver today for tonight, so.
Well, yeah, I'm the fill-in. I'm the fill-in. I'm like corn syrup, you know. I just kind of fill. I'm like
Yeah.
an extra ingredient. So, starch, I guess.
Yep.
So ask me about me.
All right. So, what city you was born in?
I'm glad you asked. I was born in Lawrence, Massachusetts, 1981. I'm 35, 36 pretty soon. I lived in Lawrence until I was about 9, and then my mother ended up meeting the right guy and moved us to Methuen, and ended up living in Methuen until I was about 15 and a half, close to 16, and then I went out to Los Angeles and stayed out there till I was 21. Again, I was in the punk rock scene, the homeless scene out there, and traveled the country and some parts of eastern Mexico and southern Canada, and I always ended up right back in Los Angeles. I loved it out there. I loved the scene out there. I loved hanging out at the clubs, and yeah, it was always a good time, you know. Plenty of stories. I met a lot of celebrities while being out there, and got a lot of really good memories, man. It was fun. It was real fun.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Anything you want to ask me?
Yeah. What is your plan going above and beyond this show? Like, do you have plans to hit, late night, or do you wanna like interview actual stars? Or,
Well, I'd like to do that someday.
you'd like to do that? Who would you want to interview?
Well, there's some actress girls I want to try to interview.
Some actress girls,
Yeah,
like
Jennifer.
Jennifer Lopez, Anderson. Who?
Well, I'll give you a clue.
Yeah.
The middle name is Love.
Hewitt.
Yeah.
Why? Why Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Oh, she
What-
seems cool.
What do you like that she's done?
She does a good job with movies and stuff.
Yeah, she does.
Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Great movie.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
I Know What You're Gonna Do Next Summer.
Yep.
I've been thinking about what you're gonna do 3 summers from now. That was a great one. That was a really, really good one. I was in total suspense the whole movie. So, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yep.
Do you have something for Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay.
And I have signed some pictures I have.
Really? Dude, that's news. How did you get that?
How I got that?
Yeah.
Just looking up things.
So you have autographs from Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Well, if I met her in person someday.
You met her. You met Jennifer?
No.
Oh.
Someday.
Well, you do this long enough, you're going to meet all kinds of people.
Yeah.
Jennifer is going to be the least of them. Yeah. But if you could meet her, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So who else? Like, who else would you like to interview?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Yeah, Raging Bull would be nice. What's your favorite De Niro film?
I like The Heat.
Heat? Oh, Heat's great. Yeah. Yeah. Val Kilmer's in that. That's a good flick. That's a good flick.
Yeah.
I feel like you should be sitting here.
Yeah.
I should be over there. Have you ever thought about having a hype man?
Yeah.
I could put a little chair right next to you. So
All right, I think that's probably the wrap now.
it sounds like a good time to wrap up, yeah.
Yep. Okay, thanks for watching Local Rock Talk. And thanks for coming out, John.
Thank you for having me, Paulza. I really appreciate it. And again, I'm proud of you for sitting where you are in your chair of power.
Yep.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
that's it.